Welcome back to Intoxicated Opinions. We got some good drinks in front of us. We're about to start a good discussion. Bro, it's the end of October. You know what's coming up next month. It's motherfucking election time. Now, most people talking about, of course, the presidents, but we're going to talk about something a little bit closer to home. Missouri. We live in Missouri. Missouri voting. 2024. There is a few amendments. There's a proposition. We're going to go over and we're going to talk about it. We're going to give our opinions.
Okay. Yeah.
We ready to start this?
Yeah, let's
got
go.
Anything you want to say? Introduction to the people? Hello, thank you for joining. Nothing. Kiss
Thank
my
you for
ass.
joining. Kiss my ass. What else you going to say? Nah, we just going to get into it.
Okay. First and foremost, Amendment 2. This is my favorite now. This is near and dear to my heart. Hear me out, because I live in Missouri, but I work in Kansas. So what does that mean? That means I have to drive over to Kansas to engage into the legal activities that Missouri says you can't do over here. What's that? Sports betting.
Yeah.
Do you want to amend the Missouri Constitution
Constitution?
to allow the Missouri Gaming Commission to regulate licensed sports wagering, including online sports betting?
Okay.
And then it says, restricts betting to 21 or older and gain wagering tax 10% of whatever you receive to be appropriated for education.
That's what they say.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Okay. Well, hopefully they do that.
Yes.
Hopefully
Please
they do
vote
that.
yes on Amendment 2. Do you disagree?
No. You know I'm voting yes.
Why the hell do we not have sports betting already? I mean, why do I got to drive 5 miles that way?
It's literally 15 minutes that I have to drive, use gas to go sports bet.
One time, I was like an hour before the game. I was like, fuck. So I just drove. Right when I crossed state line, I pulled over like
That's all you got
on
to
the
do.
shoulder. Then I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Drove back. That's a waste of time. I'm trying to get some in-game parlays going right on my phone, but I can't do that now.
And, there's people out there that be like, that adds to addiction and sports addiction and betting addiction and gambling. And for those people, my heart goes out to, and I hope that they can seek the help that they need. 1-800-BETS-OFF. But it's not going to stop people from crossing over to another state if they really have a problem with gambling.
And here's the thing. Missouri is normally a little bit more faster to, be progressive than Kansas. So I was just shocked when Kansas said yes and Missouri didn't even have it on the ballot.
They did. It was taken. Well, it didn't pass through the House because of one of our representatives. He was a Republican, but he refused it like twice.
Dirty prick.
Yeah. So that's the reason why it never passed. It's been
But now it's on the
4
ballot.
years. Yeah.
Okay. Please vote yes. I don't know. What con could there be to allowing sports gambling in state lines of Missouri if a percentage of the profit is allocated for the Department of Education in Missouri? If you have a problem gambling, don't gamble. We can't make laws that protect people from themselves.
Listen, if it's about addiction and problems, there's plenty of liquor stores on the curve. They're advocating for free needles, and we just opened liquid marijuana store. So if we're going to advocate and say that it goes against addiction, then we should outlaw everything.
Everything. McDonald's first and foremost.
Processed food should go first.
Ain't no more ho-hos around here. Okay. Amendment 3. Do you want to amend the Missouri Constitution to establish a right to make decisions about reproductive health care, including abortion and contraceptives, with any governmental interference of that right presumed invalid? That's one part of Amendment 3. Second part, remove Missouri's ban on abortion. Third part, allow regulation of reproductive health care. Fifth part, require the government not to discriminate in government programs, funding, and other activities against persons provided or obtaining reproductive health care. And finally, allow abortion to be restricted or banned after fetal viability, except to protect the life or health of the woman.
What are you voting?
Be careful now. The women are listening, and you're going to be labeled misogynistic.
I don't care what they think.
Patriarchal.
I don't care what people think. This is about how I feel, what I think is right and wrong, and it's about me voting to protect certain issues.
Okay. First bullet point. Establish a right to make decisions about reproductive health care without any governmental interference. I believe. Yes. Your body, your choice. Remove Missouri's ban on abortion. Yes, because just like I'm driving to Kansas to make a wager, they're just driving to Kansas to get it. So why inconvenience us? Third bullet point, allow regulation of reproduction health care to improve or maintain the health of the patient. Absolutely. Regulation just means, what would that mean? What would that extend to? Allow regulation of reproductive health care to improve. Okay, so if someone needs an abortion and it's going to affect their life, hey, the health of the patient. If the mother's going to die, abort. Why would you kill the mom? Make no sense. 4, require the government not to discriminate. Of course, everyone should have equal access to health care options. Allow abortion to be restricted or banned after fetal viability. Yes, after the baby can live outside of the mother's womb, you should not have an abortion. I agree with that. I think I agree on all points. Amendment 3. What's your mind, dog? What's on your mind, dog?
Do I like the amendment? No. Do I find it, it's a lot going on in this amendment.
Why couldn't they break it down to difference? That's what you're right.
I feel like an abortion is only reasonable in the circumstances of rape and the death and viability of the mother. Mm-hmm. The problem with this is those two reasons are the least likely reasons for women getting abortions. So while one only makes up like 10 to 15% of women, the other, it's like 60 or 70% of women just get an abortion as a contraceptive. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it from a moral standpoint or a biblical standpoint. So that's where I would vote no on this. But the problem with voting no on this is in Missouri, it doesn't have any regulations on rape. Mm-hmm. So I can't consciously vote yes on this because also in doing my research, this is what women should be saying instead of this my body, my choice, because it's still another person's seed in you. So if I feel like I don't want nothing to do with this seed and I reach out in my opinion or my choices not to be a part of that child, I don't want any financial responsibility. I don't want nothing. You go on taking care of that child on your own throughout your lifetime with no assistance. If I want to come back in that child's life, that's up for you and that child to make that decision. Not my choice. I can't go and get it fixed. I can't go and fight for. No, I'm completely out of the picture. The only way that I can be in that picture is if you and that child or you choose to allow me back into that picture. Outside of that, if I come to you and I tell you, no, I don't want no parts of this, then I shouldn't be financially or any type of responsibility towards that child because that's still my seed. Also, in states where it is okay to ban abortions, Texas and it was another state, rape cases go up. I don't know how that goes hand in hand, but I can tell you that if rape goes up and these people are forced to have these babies, then that's not right to me.
Right.
So this is where I'm 50-50 split, and I probably just won't vote on this bill or this.
Let me be the devil's advocate. Not what if. Does it ever cross your mind if we say, okay, the only abortions are allowed is if it's a harm to the mother during the birth process or rape.
And you have to report that you was raped. Because if not, we have too many children out there that are getting violated and they're going to have abortions Well, that's also the minority. Usually, the majority of women that get abortions are in their late teens to early 40s.
Would you label those as recreational abortions?
Yes.
Dang.
Yes. I have no problem calling
Hey,
out.
sir, where'd you get these numbers at? Because I don't know. I don't look at numbers.
I look at it all. It's just.
The reason I look at numbers, I can look at one website here. I'll get these numbers. I'll look at the other site, the other website.
Because when you go in, you also have to give your reason for getting abortions.
A woman can just lie. Oh, I got raped.
You can. But that's why I say you have to go through the process of
not a whole police report.
Yes, you have to have a police report, go through that process of letting them know. That way the person, if they did, can find justice and they can stop doing it and perpetrating on the next person.
Fair is fair.
Also, it allows that 14, 15, 13-year-old girl that's getting abused at home to go through the process of now I can prove that this is what you was doing to me before the statute of limit is up. And I find that helpful to stop this from going on. And I also believe in clear-cut cases like that the man should be castrated and thrown in jail for the rest of his life.
His balls cut off or his wiener?
All of it.
What?
Yep,
What's
go
going
ahead
to be
and
there?
give him a vagina.
What? People pay for that, actually. So,
well, it's free if you come from another place and you get it.
They doing free? We do. We talk about that. Okay, hear me out though. But at one point, probably last year, we were talking. Me and you were talking about if the man don't want the child, what right does a woman have to have the child?
You said what?
If the man doesn't want the child, what right do you have to have my child? No, I don't want it. It should be equal say in who if a child is born, right?
Well, at the time of conception, if y'all both want to be part of the child, it should just be 50-50. Nobody should have to pay anybody other. It should just be split.
But I'm saying if a mother doesn't want the child, she can get rid of it. But what if the father doesn't want the child?
He has to go through a whole... What you mean?
Why can't he get rid of it? I don't want...
I feel what you're saying, but that's just not how... It's no abstaining the father from responsibility, because at any moment she can go to the state, she put your name on the birth certificate, and she'll get child support. So that's where I say that updated laws need to come into play. People say they don't want the government in their business, they body their choice, but the man has no choice in what happens as far as that child.
So if you get a girl pregnant, she wants to keep the baby, you don't. Not much you can do.
Nothing you can do. Nothing at all.
You said Mike Tyson her stomach. You can't say that. Come on.
But, I mean, also it comes with a lot of these women that became desensitized to what happens in the process. And they don't understand that people that go through this for the first time and never really been through this, it weighs a lot on their consciousness, and that doesn't help mental health at all. So while they're advocating mental health, they don't understand the mental health ramifications that this bill has on people, whether it's the man or the woman.
But here's what I'm saying. This bill says remove Missouri's ban on abortion. So you can't have abortion in Missouri if allow regulation of reproductive health care to improve or maintain the health of the patient. So you can have an abortion if the mother's health is at risk.
Right. I have no problem with that.
And allow abortion regardless. Oh, so hold on, let me think. No, except to protect the life or the health of the woman. Allow abortion to be banned after fetal viability. What does that exactly mean? That means able to live on its own,
I think the first trimester.
Fetal viability.
I would think the first trimester.
The ability
to live outside the womb, right?
So after 22 weeks, you cannot get an abortion. I mean,
that seems reasonable. For 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Dang, that's late. That's 6 months. Almost.
Yeah. So maybe not reasonable. But at 6 months, the baby should be able to live outside of the mother's womb. So you're saying you just might not vote for this at all, huh?
No.
Just going to leave it blank, huh?
Probably so. Let them fill it in however they want to fill it in.
Yes, for these women. Give these women support.
That don't give them support. That give them an excuse.
Oh, fair ballot language. A yes vote establishes a constitutional right to make decisions about reproductive health care, including abortion and contraceptives. with any governmental interference being presumed invalid. A no vote will continue the statutory prohibition of abortion in Missouri. Okay. Amendment number 5. Here we go. Do you want to amend the Missouri Constitution to allow the Missouri Gaming Commission to issue one additional gambling boat license to operate on the portion of the Osage River from the Missouri River to the Bagnell Dam? This is the lake of the Ozarks.
Also, the PeeWeeResearch.org says the majority who had abortions, 57% were in their 20s, while about 3 in 10, 31% were in their 30s.
So the ages where bad decisions are normally made, huh?
Basically.
Okay.
Sounds about right. That's crazy, huh?
You want to expand a little bit more on Amendment 3, or you want to move it on?
What's Amendment 3?
Abortion.
Oh, no.
You done? Okay.
You heard what I stand on it.
Amendment 5. Can we get another gambling boat in the Lake of the Ozarks?
Fuck no. I don't really care. I'll probably leave that blank too.
Require all state revenues of the gambling boat shall be appropriated to early childhood literacy programs in public institutions of elementary education.
It's just coming out of my taxes.
One-time cost.
No, I'm voting no.
$700,000.
I'm voting no.
Ongoing cost of $2.2 million annually.
It's no. Yeah, we got enough boats, casinos.
You don't want one more?
No, we have enough. We have Argosy, we have Bailey's, we have Ballot.
No, this is for the whole state of Missouri, though. We got 5 here. They got 5 in St. Louis. We're trying to get one more.
No, are we competing for boats? This is stupid. No.
The reason I'm gonna vote no, I did a little research, and a lot of that Osage land down by the Ozarks is Native American land, and they actually recently put in a bid to have their own casino, which I would say yes, they can. They don't have a lot of casinos, but if they want to have a casino, I think we owe it to them to give them one.
I just don't vote on it.
But if,
well, I'm gonna vote no if it's
vote
taxes.
No. Vote no.
Yeah,
Because it's your taxes. Amendment 3, no. That's what I would suggest.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hold on, no. I meant Amendment 5, no. Amendment 5, no.
Okay, yeah, sound about right.
Amendment 6. Shall the Missouri Constitution be amended to provide that the administration of the justice shall include the levying of costs and fees to support salaries and benefits for certain current and former law enforcement personnel? But I didn't even get the question out.
No.
You ain't even had 1 second to think about it. You already looked at this?
Yeah, I did. That's right here. I screenshotted it a long time ago because I need to go over.
How are we going to pay these? Police are trusted.
Do what we do.
Representatives.
Say, put it in a 401k. Say they own money. Yeah, it sound about right, don't it? What are we paying them for? I'm not understanding.
They need a retirement.
That's fine.
They give their lives.
They chose that profession.
When a massacre happens, they're labeled heroes for jumping
That's good,
in.
and they should get their Medal of Honor.
And a nice retirement.
For what? For doing their job?
Yeah.
Yeah? For doing their job. I want the same thing for doing my job. You think that's going to happen?
Nope.
All right, cool.
I'll be honest, I'm voting no on that too. Here's why. The wording states, provide that the administration of justice shall include the levying of costs and fees to support salaries. In my mind, that's going to translate to police officers saying, hey, let's put more people in court because those court fees are going to our retirement account. So that's kind of like motivating people to pay money out of their pockets to pay for their retirement. That's not. Should never be connected. You cannot leverage justice.
It says certain current and former.
Yeah.
So that means that if you serve, you also get it after you're done being in that position.
That's what a retirement is.
No, that's not a retirement. Retirement means I saved up for this. My job decided to put this much.
That's what a pension is.
Yeah, that's what a pension is.
We're paying for their pension.
Why?
Because they're protected and serving.
They're already protected. I'm just being honest. Bro, if something happened to me in my job, I don't get no pension. I'm just being honest. I'm not asking for them to go above and beyond. They don't do anything extra. Maybe if they patrol after hours or something like that and did that off books, I might be like, all right, yeah, we can do that. They deserve it. What am I paying for? It's like paying for insurance that you never use.
Right. I don't mind. Well, our tax dollars are already going to the police departments.
Already.
I don't mind that police officers have pensions. I just don't raise taxes. Or, in this case, this isn't a tax impact. I don't want police officers thinking, hey, we need to send more people to court. Because every time they go to court, a percentage of that court costs goes to our retirement. We want to make sure we're living good when we retire. That's what I don't want. I don't want that correlation. So, as far as I'm concerned, Amendment 6, I'm going to say no. Into the Izzo.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say yes on that anyway.
Amendment 7. Make the Constitution consistent with state law by only allowing citizens of the United States to vote. I don't have to read another bullet point. Yes, if you're not a citizen, you shouldn't vote. That doesn't even make sense why that would be a question.
I question why that's a question. Like, so you're telling me people are allowed to vote that aren't citizens right now?
Well, it makes you think. Make the Constitution consistent with state law by allowing only citizens of the United States to vote. Yes.
Yeah.
That is bullet point 1. Bullet point 2, prohibit the ranking of candidates by limiting voters to a single vote per candidate or issue. I would say yes. That means if you have 10 Republicans, you don't write 1, 2, 4, 5. Two things. You don't know all those people and their stances. Another thing, someone has to go through there and count that shit, right?
That's what they volunteer to do, right? Do it right.
Vote for the black guy or vote for the white guy. Or vote for the brown guy. But when you say black 1, white 2, brown 3, I don't know. I'm not really concerned with it.
Yeah, that's
I only vote once every 4 years anyway.
That don't make any sense. I got you.
But the first part of that, make the Constitution consistent with state law by only allowing citizens of the United States to vote. Yes.
This is where it gets iffy because it says require the plurality winner of a political party primary to be the single candidate in a general election.
Yeah. So if we're voting for governor, we can't have 4 different Republicans and 4 different Democrats. Whoever won the primary election for that party, those are the only people on the ballot. And I'm going to say no. Why would I say no? Because, I don't know, maybe, because independent's completely different. You can have as many independents as you want. There's still a space to write in a name. Let me think for a minute.
I say yes. It should force a lot of, citizens, people, to want to be more involved in their own politics.
In the primaries, we had a discussion with this back when it was Chang Wong. Who's that dude's name?
Who is Chang Wong?
You know who it is.
I don't know who no Chang Wong is.
It was $1,000 a month, every month.
Oh, golly, he just slipped my mind now. That's crazy.
But we didn't get the opportunity to vote for him because no one really went to the primaries and voted him in to be able to get on the general election. We discussed
Andrew Yang.
Andrew Yang. We discussed it way back then. Why can't people get more involved in primaries? Saying yes on this will pretty much say, hey, if you're not involved in the primaries, don't complain about the candidate you have for your party.
And it's saying that by popularity, we're going to put in whoever we deem as popular. I don't like that, but
hey, we can't please everyone with everything.
You're just gonna have to do your job and be more involved in your state, politics.
Moving on. Proposition A. You know what this is about?
Nope. What is it?
Do you want to amend Missouri law to increase minimum wage to $13.75 an hour, increasing $1.25 per hour each year until 2026, when the minimum wage would be $15 per hour? That's part one. Part two, require all employers to provide 1 hour of paid sick leave for every 30 hours worked. Part three, allow the Department of Labor to provide oversight and enforcement of part one and two. The final part, exempt government entities, political subdivisions, school districts, and education institutions. Okay. Well, there's a few problems here. One, I'm a business owner. I'm a small business owner, kind of. You know, under 20 employees. That's small. Small business. I see what comes in, what goes out. Do I have enough money to give every employee 1 hour of paid sick leave? Probably. Oh, never mind. I guess it don't matter.
I'll say yeah.
Yeah, I'd say yes
on that.
But the bigger issue is, do we want to keep raising minimum wage?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at a country where inflation is crazy right now. The housing market is crazy.
Yeah,
insurance is ridiculous. How do people live where the minimum wage is right now?
Okay, we moved the minimum wage up to 15, and instead of car payments being $400 a month, they move up to $600 a month just for a basic.
When's the last time you had a car payment?
Right now, I pay $500.
Right. That's crazy.
Is that a lot?
Yes, that's a lot.
That's not nowhere near yours.
Listen,
nowhere near yours.
Yes, it is.
You say yours is like $8.
No, mine is $650.
Oh, okay.
So you talk about, let's just say $550, $600. Bro, you can't do that on minimum wage right now. Minimum wage is like $750.
Yeah, but I'm in my mid-30s. Get a fucking starter car. You don't have to have the same car I have.
How do you get a starter car making $750?
Is that the minimum wage? No, it's 12. I think it's $12.30 in Missouri right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's so $2 more. It's crazy. You can't possibly find. Trust me, I've looked. You can't find a 1-bedroom apartment in a decent neighborhood for under $800.
Bro, right off Manual Cleaver 2.
What did I just say? In a decent neighborhood under $800. That is crazy.
That's why we have roommates in college. You have roommates, right? You never had a roommate? Sure you have. Why would we have roommates when we were in our late teens, early 20s? Because we couldn't afford shit ourselves. Same concept.
No. If I'm a grown individual and I'm trying to have a family, that's not going to do.
Is your career in line with your personal goals? If not, what does that mean?
What do you
Are you making enough money to support a family?
It shouldn't be a question of if I make enough money to support a family if inflation is crazy. We're literally destroying the family unit, the general idea of the white picket fence based off of, am I going to be able to live tomorrow? That makes no sense in America. Where you're telling me that you can have a family of 3 and come home off minimum wage and pay all your utilities, bills, and still have a little left to spend on the weekend. That's not even possible anymore.
You're right. That's never been.
When hasn't it been?
Because, hear me out. When I got out of the Army, I think it was 2009, the only job I could find was for $9.50 an hour. Remember?
Okay.
I couldn't support nobody.
No, you just was bad at managing your money.
No, $9.50 an hour.
Yes,
my checks was like $270 a week.
When you got out of the Army, what year was that?
09.
09. You could provide for a family. Trust me, I know. I had a family. You could afford a family. Rent at that time for a 1, even 2 bedroom was like For a 2-bedroom, at the most, it was like $600. Car payment was like $200, maybe $300. Insurance was $100 at the most, and then gas prices was like $1 something. Mind you, you can still go to the grocery store, spend a bill on the groceries, and be able to feed your family for 2-3 weeks. You can't do that.
You sure?
Yes, I'm positive. I am positive. Matter of fact, that was still around the time where you still had $1 McChickens, $1 double cheeseburgers.
This was a good time.
So this is ludicrous to where I could go to churches, get a special, a Tuesday special for $2.69. Mm-hmm. That don't exist no more. Or get a pack of chicken for, well, I ain't gonna say a pack of chicken, but like a bucket of chicken was like $5 for a 12-piece. Mm-hmm. It's not that no more. The pieces is real small. We're at a point where the minimum wage should match how we're living, and it's not. Inflation is crazy. It's double what it was, and we're not making nearly as much. Back at that time, even coming out of high school, I had a job at a warehouse, and I was making like $14, $15 an hour. Oh, we was living good, real good. I wasn't complaining at all. Them checks was lovely. And I was able to sustain a 2-bedroom by myself, make sure my son had his own bedroom, and a car payment, car insurance, and was still buying whatever I want. Can't do that now.
Okay.
Just can't.
Let me take in this new information. Give me a second here to process. What do you think $1 per hour wise is considered good that you can live off on your own?
Dollar wise.
Yeah, per hour. What would be okay?
15. On your own? Mm-hmm. Comfortably? And save? 15.
$15? Even in this time right now?
Yeah. By yourself. Means you're not worried about what your car look like. You're just going to go.
You're not getting all the extras and perks.
Nah,
But you can live.
Yeah, you can live decently, comfortably in Missouri. Yes. 15. Just thinking about it, that's what, $1,200 every 2 weeks? After taxes? Bro, you is tripping if you say you can't.
15 times 28.
It's $1,200.
$31,000 a year is good.
It's $1,200 every 2 weeks. Take out about $300 for insurance, taxes. So you bring home $900. So that's $1,800 a month, right?
Yeah.
Mine is for a 1-bedroom about $700. Car payment, if you dealing with a decent car and insurance, $500. Minus your cell phone bill, we'll just say $100. Leaves you with $400 to spend on food and whatever you want. Probably $200 every. So even that is
kind of low, huh? Kind of close.
It's cutting it close.
But you didn't put utilities, electricity high.
Nah, I didn't put that.
You could have rentals insurance.
So about $50. God, that's crazy.
I know, man. So really, if we're looking at, hey, everyone should be sustainable, able to live on their stuff, it might be more like $20 an hour.
The biggest thing that you're going to have to do is probably cut back on car. Maybe ride the bus.
Ride the bus. People are so shameful to ride the bus. I rode the bus a lot.
I rode it when I didn't have a car. So that'd be your biggest expense. That adds what?
$500 back into it.
Yeah.
Or get a roommate. Now everything's cut in half.
I don't trust people like that.
Or get a significant other. You guys
put your resources together. That doubles that $200 to $400. Matter of fact, it triples it.
Why?
Well, you're gonna have to find a bigger house.
Hell no, y'all gonna be living tight for a bit. In close quarters for a little bit. Save money. Give it a good year. Save as much as you can.
Y'all both doing y'all part. You can. So I say about 25 is a decent. You should be decent.
25 an hour?
You should be decent. Like nothing to worry about. Yeah. Right?
I'm gonna find out. I don't know. I'm gonna find out.
That's 2,000.
25 times 20, 80. 52,000 a year.
Yeah. That's 2,000 every 2 weeks.
50,000 a year. 2,000 every 2 weeks.
It's 4,000 a month. Yeah. People just ain't.
You just can't buy this house for 25 of that.
Not by yourself.
Okay.
No, you need.
But that's fine. You can still get a townhome, apartment, 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
Smaller house.
Let's take away about 1,000. So 3,000. 1,000 to go towards your renting space, utilities. At least about 500 for your car. About 7 for your car at the most. 17. That leaves you with 13.
For food.
Food, gas.
Cell phone's 80. You can get a straight talk for 50.
Yeah. People can do it.
They just want that new iPhone 16.
Yeah.
They still trying to get the new Jordans.
Splurge, go out every weekend. New hairdo.
There's no sacrifice anymore. People aren't willing to sacrifice in the short term to get the long term goal.
But then, it's just different. My grandma used to say, you make $10, put $5 away. You can't do that now. You got to make $10 and put $1 away. So
you can't pay yourself. Remember they used to say that as soon as you get paid, before you pay your bills, pay yourself. That was their metaphor for saving.
Yeah.
But you can't pay yourself anymore because once bills are gone, you're like, damn, I only got $20 and I'm trying to get that, that THC vape pen so I can go to sleep at night. So
yeah, so I think 15 is a good starting range. I think you can work your way up every year.
I mean, but I'm not an economics major, but I will say if the employer has to pay more, someone has to get charged more. Because the employer is not taking the pay cuts.
No, if the employer wants to just be crazy and live way above their means, then yeah, they're going to have to raise costs. But let's just be honest. This is greedy. Now, the supply and demand is different. If people are just wanting this particular product, then people tend to charge more.
Right.
That's just basic facts. But if you live in decent, which most of these companies are living decent, Walmart's living nice. Target living nice.
Amazon.
Nice.
Grocery stores, price shop, Hy-Vee, fast food.
When you're in the millions, 100 millions and billions of dollars of revenue, I don't understand why. What's the need? Because you're probably bringing home hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, it's those 10 people at that table. All the stake owners.
That's fine. They can afford that.
No, they want every dime.
That's crazy. Because you have to treat people like people. You have to treat your people like people. You can't expect them for you to hire the salary and then they can barely live off of that. Because what if the people just say, I'm done. I quit.
That's why they keep bringing in these robot ideas on Amazon.
I mean, they got robot ideas, immigrants.